After seeing all the hype around the ASICS Superblast 2s, I decided to bite the bullet and pick up a pair myself. Now, after 300 kilometers, I can't seem to put them down. Today, I'm going to be doing a review on the ASICS Superblast 2s. Let's get into it. So first, I thought I'd start off with how exactly I decided to use the Superblast 2s. Now, with my Tokyo Marathon training, I decided to run pretty much a full ASICS rotation. So when it came to the Superblast 2s, used these only for my long runs, both on the Wednesday for my midweek long runs, as well as the Saturday for my final long runs to complete the training week. For the midweek long runs, topping out at 22 kilometers, and then for my final long run, topping out at 33 kilometers in these two. So managed to get just under 300 kilometers in these before continuing to use them straight after Tokyo Marathon, primarily for my longer runs during the week. As with my previous shoes, one of the prereqs before purchasing the Superblast 2s was to make sure my custom full-length orthotic managed to fit into it and had no problems whatsoever, though I do get a very serious case of the squeaks from time to time when running in my long run, so very glad to have music to counteract that. While I haven't completed any quality sessions or any race events in the Superblast 2s, I do feel like these would be my second choice if I didn't want to run in my carbon plated races. When it comes to my own personal thoughts on the Superblast 2s, first and foremost is just how resilient they are. I mean, if we look on the camera now, these have put in just over 300 kilometers now, but almost look like I've just picked them up off of the shelf. And I am pretty confident I'd be able to get likely 1,000 kilometers out of these with no real problems at all. The inner midsole is still very plush and cushioned with the FF Superblast foam that they're using, and yeah, just the entire tread on the bottom of the outer sole looks pretty much in really good nick. While this is only minor, I do find rocks from time to time will get stuck in the outer sole foam part of the shoe, so hence a little bit of damage on the bottom of the shoe, as we can see. The shoes themselves ran true to size for me, fitting my 10.5 US sized foot in them with no problems. Didn't really have any issues when it came to rubbing at all or any hot spots, and yeah, as I mentioned, was able to fit my full length orthotic in with ease. I do feel like the biggest fun factor, and arguably the reason the Superblast 2s are probably so popular, is the FF Turbo Plus Eco Foam that's used. You really get that sense of a race day shoe without that real springiness or that push off that you'd get from a carbon plated racer. I toss them in the air now and you just can't deny how super light these are. So very good when it comes to your longer runs, so getting up to that 30k mark for me. Found I had no issues with my foot strike and having that cushioning to actually get me through the entirety of the run without feeling too fatigued. And these are a shoe that I feel like I want to keep in my rotation going forward. So when the Superblast 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, whatever come out, I do feel like I will try my best to land myself a pair as well, because I waited, I think, for the first 2 or 3 drops of the Superblast 2 shoes to actually manage to pick up a pair in my size here in Australia, so they're very hard to come by. And being completely honest here, while I'm very small in comparison to a lot of the other running YouTubers that do shoe reviews on here, I really couldn't find any fault at all when it came to the Superblast 2s. Have had a thoroughly enjoyable experience, and yeah, the only real downfall that I can point out is the squeaks that I get from my orthotics, but that happens in a lot of my shoes as well, and that's just due to me having super flat feet. And finally, the most important question to be answered in the video: would I recommend the ASICS Superblast 2s? Now, these are 100% getting the Jack Runs Chockey of approval. The looks are definitely a 5 out of 5 on the scale here for the Jack Runs Chockey of approval. Run quality is also another 5 out of 5, but we do see a slight drop in the rating scale that I've created, which is the price, going down to a 3 out of 5 here. Obviously, you do get quite a decent amount of shoe for the price you pay, but $320 Australian does seem a little steep when for an additional $10 you can get a set of the Metaspeed carbon plated races. In terms of runners that I'd recommend the Superblast 2s for, would look at probably the intermediate through to advanced runner section, where you're getting in quite significant mileage in each week too, and are looking to add a shoe to your rotation that actually can consume quite a majority of the miles that you cover. For me, this was a godsend, adding my midweek long runs into my training plan after only doing long runs on the weekends in previous training builds. It's also for a runner that's looking for a shoe that has their back whenever trying to pick up the pace. So there we have it, friends, my review on the ASICS Superblast 2s. A really fun shoe, 3 kilometers into the journey with them, and so excited to see what other journeys these take me on in future training plans. Still deciding what exactly my next race event will be. I hope you found this video insightful and useful, and let me know down in the comments if you're rocking a pair of Superblast 2s as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, I'll leave another 2 shoe review videos I've done previously on the channel if you want to watch those. I'm Jack, and I'll see you next time. Catch ya.